every time Wyatt counts us down for the episode, it feels like we're on the intro of iCarly, where Freddie's like, in 5, 4, 3, 2, and then it's like, I know you'll see, no matter what I've ever been, it feels so wonderful. Yeah, exactly like that.
That's such, dude. Honestly, though, like, just a great intro to, like...
It gets you in the mood, bro.
Dude, it's like
good.
Great.
Like, yeah.
Have you seen the remake to that, or, like, the adult version of iCarly that came out? Is it good?
I haven't watched it. I just
okay.
thought you meant, like, did I know of it?
Yeah.
It's more of a drama from what I've heard.
Ugh.
It could be good. But anyway, doesn't matter.
Unlikely.
So, Josh, I have a surprise for you.
Uh-oh.
It's a good surprise. Technically,
I hope so.
It's for all of us at this table, but... we have a sponsor this episode. Yeah.
What?
I know. It's crazy.
Wait, why was I not informed of this?
Because I wanted to make it a surprise.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, you guys ready to hear who the sponsor is?
Yeah.
Me, bitch. Okay, so I realized that we have not really talked about our socials, so I wanted to shout out my bullshit first. First and foremost, at the top of the episode. That way, everybody has to listen to it. Eventually, we'll record ourselves. We can do a little, like, pre-podcast thing.
Plug.
Where it's like, and we just plug our shit, right?
And it's just going to be, dude, we should just sing, like, it's just going to be the iCarly intro.
I feel like, that has to be copyrighted.
Not if we do a cover.
Yeah, it's under fucking fair use if it's a fucking cover of the iCarly theme
I wonder
song.
how long it has to be out before it becomes fair use.
It depends on the thing, and it's like public domain. I think everything has like a 60, 70-year lifespan for
like that.
Copyright. Doesn't matter.
Either way, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
So,
anyway.
Follow me on all of my socials, and I will definitely give the boys a chance to shout out their socials if they want to. But I am Universe by Cam on pretty much every social media platform under the sun. LinkedIn, it's not true. I'm
not going to plug my LinkedIn.
Well, that'd be weird. But
unless you guys have like some business proposals, then like, you know.
I mean, you never
let's talk
know.
about it.
We can do some networking.
Some networking.
But yeah, go follow me. Universe by Cam. All one word, no underscores, no dashes, no dots, no nothing special. I am on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, you name it, I am there. And if you follow me on any of those platforms, I will have my link tree included as well. Thank you for listening to this shameless plug brought to you by yours truly.
JB does a thing. That's it.
That is JB does a thing.
A thing.
Cool. What thing are you doing?
Yeah.
Awesome. Most bodacious.
Radical.
Dude, that's so fucking radical.
Groovy.
Okay, let's kick this shit off. Today, Josh and Wyatt said we should do a fucking psychopathy test.
Well, we were also talking about like our traumatic experiences that probably shaped our psychosis.
Are you already diagnosing?
Yes.
You're like, I know how this is going to go.
Exactly. Trust me. Well, we were talking about like our trauma last episode, so I thought it would be like, hey, these were obviously big turning points, and like they were traumatic turning points.
Yeah.
So let's see, like
they scarred us, but they also shaped us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing.
I guess
it could be a thing.
Out. It's just a thing.
Exactly.
It's an us thing.
It's an us thing.
That's
all right.
Fucking crazy.
So Wyatt's going to ask some questions. We're going to be tracking our responses, and let's find out how fucked up we are.
And for context, for anyone that wants to take this quiz, because I tried to get one that was moderately official, not like a fucking BuzzFeed quiz.
Or a Facebook quiz.
Yeah, but this is not anything definitive. It's just for funsies. It is on Psych Central's website. So shout out Psych Central. And this quiz is going to be rated on a not me, this describes me somewhat, and this is definitely me scale. Okay. Oh my god, that's so
Oh my
me.
god, I'm in this post and it's making me uncomfortable.
That's so me.
That's
oh my
so
god.
me. Oh my
Tag
god,
me,
that's
bitch.
literally me.
Oh my god, you should have fucking tagged me in this.
Oh my
bitch.
god. Okay,
Crazy.
let's go.
But yeah,
let's
that is
pop
going
it
to be our scale for everything. We're gonna do the thing now. Let's fucking do it.
Let's do the thing.
Take it away, Wyatt.
We're going to start with Cameron.
Well, we can both answer it.
No,
Well, I mean-
fuck you. He's gonna throw so we can give
You know
some
what?
context
Well,
to our answers.
Let's
bitch.
okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, because
Okay.
who knows how long this how many questions are in this quiz?
I have no clue.
Okay, so this could be a whole episode.
If it is, it is. Let's
Exactly.
find out.
Let's go.
Good, we're gonna find out if Josh or Cameron's a serial killer.
Well, we haven't. I
Yeah,
mean,
what?
hey, you bake one pie, it doesn't make you a baker, okay?
You fuck one goat. Everybody knows you as the goat fucker.
Exactly. What's up with that? All right, let's go. Okay, first question. Let's
Okay, first question, Cameron. Most would describe you as charming and nonchalant. Can you turn your charm on and off like a switch?
So I'm really gonna have to think about this, right? Because my first instinct is to go like, yeah, but I don't know if everyone even finds me charming, So I kind of want your opinions on this.
I'd fuck you.
Would you fuck me?
Would you fuck me?
I'd fuck me.
I'd fuck me. I'd fuck me so hard.
Okay, we have Sunshine in the building
That's
once
true.
again, so
Okay.
let's see what she thinks, because I've worked with all of you in the past, so if you guys have some external experience, that would be super fucking
There
dope. I
has,
need some insight.
definitely been some points where I just wanted to fucking punch you in the face. Like, that's. I'm not even joking.
Why?
Because he did. No, yeah, yeah. You're. I think you're charming. I think you're charming.
Okay, can I turn it on and off? Is it like something that you guys see
I don't
me
think so.
like laying it on thick all the time?
I think you're. I think yeah. You. I don't think you can turn it off.
Am
You're,
I-
you're,
So
you're-
like I'm naturally charming. It's not something that like
I think you're genuine.
Aww.
I think you're genuine.
okay.
And like you said, I think you can be a little overbearing sometimes.
Absolutely.
It's
It's one of my key character traits.
but I think you're genuine all the time, and like you're very consistent in the way that you act.
Some would say to a fault. I almost
Yes.
kissed my microphone there.
I have seen you get very like off-putting and dissociated whenever you are tired, but like that's not neither here nor there. That's different.
Okay, Sunshine,
Okay, yeah,
what do you
Sunshine.
think? Can I turn it on and off, or is it something that you would say is just kind of like there and not like forced?
I agree with Josh. I think you're very consistent,
Yeah,
like
Fair
in the
enough.
way that you are.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't think I try to hide my emotions. We've talked about this in previous episodes, but I am also like transparent.
yeah.
But
You are.
some people would say to a fault, but I consider it a strength, So, okay, we'll say that is not me. And I'm marking my answers. Wyatt is
Yeah.
marking Josh's answers. So, Josh, what do you think?
I can definitely turn it on and off, 100%.
I think that you can more than me,
Mm-hmm.
because you don't feel the need to like be one way or another in front of other people, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
But at the same time, excuse me, you can definitely turn it on in front of certain groups.
I do it actively because, again, that's something you have to kind of learn to do as like a gymnastics coach, right? Because, again, like, and it kind of is the same with selling. So, I mean, yeah, like, but again, you're the exact same. You know what I mean? Whether you're talking to a customer, client, or talking in a room with your friends. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Okay.
Me? No. Like, dude, like,
You got that customer service
I got that
voice
customer
turned on?
service voice. I can definitely like help like keep like young adults and kids engaged, and yeah, so 100% like, and like if I want you to like me, I can get anybody to like me. Like I'm
Ooh,
pretty
that's
good at
probably
that.
going to be a question later. too.
Dude, I know, and like now that I'm thinking about this, I'm like, ugh. But yes, I can definitely turn it on and off, and I do
Okay,
it
so is
actively.
it describes you somewhat or definitely you?
Definitely me.
All right.
Yeah, he came out of that and he's just like, that's definitely me.
Yeah.
Fair. Wyatt had it
Yeah.
marked before he even said anything.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
question.
Go ahead.
go ahead.
I guess like I didn't ask you the same question. Like, what do you guys think?
I would say more so than me,
Yeah.
because you definitely do turn it on for certain people more than
Yeah.
I would, Like
Sure.
I'm like a flat line. You can definitely
Yeah.
kind of spike it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be honest and say, Work Josh. I heard Work Josh podcast. I'm like, Cameron, what are you thinking? And then not Work Josh. And I'm like, wait, not Work Josh is kind of chill.
Yeah, see, there you go. Were you like
That's
scared
perfect,
to
yeah.
do something with us at first whenever you heard that
See.
we were going to be doing the podcast?
No, not scared, but I was like,
You think this is gonna work?
no, I was like, Josh
is like
is
so different than us.
Yeah. I was just like, Josh is nothing like you, Cameron. Why would you want to do
and
a
like,
podcast?
dude, but I'd see. I guess Cameron did know me before we started working where we
Absolutely.
worked. So yeah, that's funny. Okay, next question.
Do you get what you want when you want it at the moment that impulse strikes you, regardless of what other people want?
All right. I'm going to say yes, but not necessarily in front of other people's shit, right? Like, I do not consider myself a selfish person, but at the same time, I'm usually someone who is so, like, single-minded whenever I have a goal in mind that's essentially all I can do until it's completed, like whether it's a task or something that I do want, and I do operate on that impulse a lot, so I would say at least somewhat.
I'm getting a little nervous here because
boy.
absolutely, like if I want something, I am very goal oriented, and so like if there's something I want or something to do, and like this has been a discussion that I've had with my wife a couple times. Yeah.
Bad sign. Red flag. Red flag, everybody. Red flag.
Now, I agree with you, Cameron. Like, I don't consider myself a selfish person. However,
And do you like step on other people to get
No,
what you want?
like,
Exactly. I think that's one big thing to take into consideration
like,
here.
So, given if I want something, as long as it doesn't impact somebody else negatively, or like I have to hurt them or steal from them or anything to do that to get what I want, then of course not. Like I can do without. You know, I'm really good
Okay.
at doing without. That being said, yeah, if I want something, I'm gonna go do it. I'm gonna get it.
I would
Like,
say somewhat then
yeah.
for him. Okay. Next question, Wyatt.
Next question.
You're muted.
You are muted.
I don't remember muting myself.
I don't either.
Boy.
Yeah. Well, I got to do it or else it echoes in here, okay?
That's
That's
fair.
fair.
It's out of self-defense.
Yeah, that's fair.
If something goes wrong or turns out badly, is it your fault?
Always, every single time. I was actually chatting with one of my current coworkers, and I'm still new to my current job, and I did something slightly out of the order of operations the other day. It was not a big deal. It did not fuck up anything drastically, right? I was almost at the point of tears.
Really?
Yeah, just because I have this desire to do well.
Yeah.
Especially in my current
Perfectionist a
position,
bit.
right?
Yeah.
So normally, and this can be reflected on pretty much all aspects of my life, if something goes wrong, or even if I just think that something is wrong, it's automatically my fault. So that's not
Huh.
me at all.
Interesting. Wow, that's very interesting to me, Cameron.
Yeah. He
And-
literally said, one of my coworkers, this is where I was going with the story. I almost zoned it out. But one of my coworkers was like, Cameron, stop being so hard on yourself. And I'm like, maybe one day. Probably not, though.
So obviously it does depend on the situation. However, I don't think it's my fault necessarily, but obviously, like I'm willing to own it whenever I do fuck up. But regardless of whether or not it's my fault, there's something I can do to make it better. You know what I mean?
I
But-
also don't think you are the type to jump and think that it's your fault. You are going to
Yeah.
be more analytical and go, whose fault is this? And that
And-
doesn't mean that you're not blaming yourself, but
Exactly.
you're going to analyze it at
and
least.
I'm also okay with like fucking up. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Word.
okay with making a mistake. Like I in my opinion, it's way better to do something and mess it up than being so paralyzed with like fear or anxiety that you don't do it.
I
So
agree.
in fact, and actually it's kind of interesting because I was talking about it today whenever I'd coached. And like obviously with gymnastics, it's like you have to coach or you have to like do spotting and you have to like make sure the athletes don't hurt themselves. And one of the other coaches was like, I'm always so anxious that they're gonna hurt themselves and it's gonna be my fault. And I was like, hey, you got to understand that any sport that you go into, you have to be ready to get hurt. Like you have to be ready to like eat some mat. You have to be ready to like take a hit. You know what I mean? And so you got
some mat.
yeah, because gymnastics, you know, you're
Absolutely.
going to eat some mat, and you got to be prepared for that. And you can't be scared of that, because if you as a coach are scared of that, your athletes are going to be scared of that. And it's like, hey, eat some mat, jump up, you're going to be fine. So
I would say somewhat then.
I want to stop you guys before you go too far. I feel like this question, it's really hard to reword these to where it makes sense, but I feel like this question is more of asking like, if something goes wrong, are you going to attempt to shed the blame on someone else?
no, definitely not.
Yeah. I
Definitely
feel like
not.
that fits the question more, because they are worded really specifically towards personally, like if you're taking this test personally.
Sure. But yeah, no, definitely.
We've been really on the same wavelength.
yeah,
on this podcast.
actually.
Wow.
Yeah, but 100%. Like even because like, and it kind of goes back to like what Cameron was saying is like obviously like I'll look at it and I'll analyze the situation and find out where the issue came from. But like I mean I'm a supervisor. You know what I mean? Like I manage people. I'm a coach. You know. So even if like somebody under me makes a mistake or fucks something up, it's not necessarily their fault. It's my fault because I didn't show them the correct way or I didn't teach them or like,
Sure.
you know what I mean?
Makes sense.
So like I definitely like I look at what I can do to make it better.
Would you say it's not you, or is it you somewhat?
That it is my fault?
Not your fault.
Not my fault. Definitely not me. Like I always look at
definitely not
how
you.
I can own it. Like definitely not me.
Yeah, I feel like not me is a right one. I don't know what number question. I was gonna say third question.
We're 3.
fourth
Yeah, number
question.
3. Yeah, that's
something like
literally
that.
been, it's been 2 questions.
Yeah.
No, this is question number 4.
Is it?
Yeah.
What were
Yeah.
the first 2? Whatever, it doesn't matter.
The
Let's just
first
move
2 were
forward.
the
It
were
doesn't
the
matter.
were the baseline. Fourth one. Have you ever gotten into any legal trouble besides something simple like a speeding ticket?
Yes.
As an adult.
Besides a speeding ticket, as an adult. Okay, so first of all, I'll give my answer because it's easy. No. I have literally gotten 1 ticket in my life, and I think I was like freshly 18 at that point, and that is the only criminal trouble that I've ever been in.
I would say yes. But it's a really funny story actually.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'll give you the quick version. I used to smoke weed, which I know, terrible. And I definitely could have gone to jail for this, but yeah, it's like, and this is back before it's like been like legalized and like misdemeanored or whatever it is, wherever it is.
It's recreational now, bro.
Yeah. So anyway, I would go to work, right, and so I would like be smoking. Okay, that's enough.
Okay, I'm done.
Thank you. So I would smoke on like my way to work. Well, I had this old '95 Jeep Grand Cherokee.
You told me this.
And
Yes.
and
Nothing good ever happens in the '95 Grand Cherokee.
and so like I was driving to work, and like at this point it was an older vehicle. I was older, and like I was an adult, you know, old enough to know better, and I was smoking,
But young enough to do it
fucking
anyway.
do it anyway. So like it got to the point where my windows wouldn't roll down anymore. So it's like literally I would be driving and smoking, and there'd be like no way to like get the smoke out of the
Oh,
vehicle.
ultimate hot box.
Dude.
Unintentionally.
It's unintentionally. So like I was driving, and I also like to drive fast. Like I drive 10 over the speed limit like everywhere I go. So like I'm always driving fast. So at that time I was smoking, speeding, whatever, and I was driving.
Oh my
I was
God,
driving.
Josh, what a bad boy.
I know. So anyway, I get pulled over, right?
What's the statute of limitations on this? Is this a confession?
I paid my ticket. I could have done jail time for this, but I didn't because like I don't know. Cool officer, a cool judge, and so obviously I get pulled over and I'm still I'm smoking.
You're like smoking a doob in the fucking courtroom, and they're like, "Oh, dude, I didn't realize you were fucking chill like that, bro."
Anyway, so I get pulled over, and obviously I'm like freaking out at this point because one, I can't roll down my window, and now I'm like high, so I'm like, oh my God, what if I get shot because I have to open this fucking door?
Paranoid
You
as
know,
fuck.
dude. No, but like because I can't roll down the window, so I have to open the door to like talk to the police officer, and I'm like, what if this guy thinks I'm like trying to run or some shit? And I'm like, so literally, and I was like, I smoked a lot, so like. I like crack open the door, and I like stick my hands out, and I'm like, "Hey, the window doesn't work." And while all of this smoke is coming out, and he walks
That's
up,
dope as
and
fuck.
he fucking walks up to me, and he was like, "Do you mind if I if I check the vehicle, sir? I think I smell marijuana."
You're like, really? No,
I was like,
fucking shit.
And I mean, obviously, like, there's fucking smoke rolling out, and I'm like, "Yeah, sure," and like, yeah, so. I could have gone to jail that day and everything. And he was like, hey, listen, like, I'm just going to take your pipe. I'm going to take your weed. Luckily, I didn't have that much weed because I had smoked it all. But, like,
He's like, hey, bro, man, I can tell you're fucking chill, so I'm just gonna give you a ticket and I'm gonna fucking take your dude pay,
But
your
yeah,
fucking hash pay.
so I ended up going to court and obviously talking to the judge. It cost me like $700 or something.
If being dope is a fucking crime, then send me to jail right now,
So
officer.
I mean, you take that if like that's the only actual legal like trouble I've ever been in.
Yeah, fair enough. That counts.
Yeah,
so
so
fair
like
enough.
yeah, I mean, so it describes me a little bit or whatever. I
That's
guess
such a good story. I love that.
it's
shit.
such a good story, bro. It's so
literally,
fucking
it's
funny.
almost just like the perfect culmination of circumstances.
Dude,
Oh, it's
straight
so
up.
good. Like just like the ultimate hotbox car, just smoke floods out of the cars, and you're like, holding your
and I'm
hands
like,
out the.
I'm not
car
trying to
door.
run.
Oh,
I was like,
so
I'm
good.
not trying to run. I promise. The window doesn't work. I was
Amazing.
like, yeah,
Amazing.
dude.
And you're freaking the fuck out.
Oh,
already.
bro, because dude, immediately I got pulled over and I was like, fuck, I'm gonna get shot today. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh my
everyone
god.
should know what Josh looks like. He would not have gotten shot from that. So.
Well, that's neither here nor there.
I want to.
That's
I
neither
want to
here nor
see
there.
this scene reenacted, like in a movie where someone's like
Bro.
sticking their fingers out, and they're like, "I swear the window don't open."
Yeah,
window don't
that does
work.
feel like a mid 2000s
It
like
does.
Seth Rogen movie,
Dude,
right there.
and like that, I just still can't believe that shit actually happened to me.
You know, the person I could see doing this is that really long-haired guy from Stranger Things.
I've never seen
the
it.
guy who drives around the pizza van.
I don't know who you're talking about.
I've never seen
Yeah,
Stranger
believe it or not,
Things.
I've only seen like the first season.
Oh,
It's fine. Everyone else knows who you're talking about.
Yeah,
It's like the
yeah.
biggest show in the world.
he's also the long-haired dude from The Package.
I've never
The
seen
what?
the package
The
either.
package?
What?
Later,
All right, we're
later
gonna
we will be
continue
doing.
this
a
All right,
review
let's
on The
finish this
Package.
quiz.
Are you easily the best at what you do? No one is better than you. Period. Paragraph.
First of all, yes. Second of all, no. I love to think that, and I definitely try to hype myself up to be the best at what I do, but absolutely not. Kind of going off the last question, I'm like, or not the last the last question, not the illegal trouble one, the one before that. I'm super hard on myself.
Super self-critical.
Yeah, so I like to be the best at what I do, but I'm like, oh, even if I'm number one today, I could be usurped at any point, you know?
There's
So-
always a nation out there that's better.
Dude, always.
All right, and
Literally
that's
ever-
highest
ever.
praise. Like, dude, honestly, like, I'm not for like stereotypes or anything.
Oh, boy.
But like, man, I don't know, man. It's like African Americans and their dicks, you know, like it's like
No, I've never heard about that. Can
Yeah.
you please elaborate?
they apparently have big dicks, okay, and like that's
Really?
a great stereotype to
I'm
have.
going to have to look this up
Or
later.
that's in your favor, bro. That's in your favor.
Okay, I'll do some Googling. I'll verify
Yeah,
this.
BBC.
BBC, what is that? Isn't that the British
Big
Broadcasting Channel?
black cock.
Oh, okay.
Wait, Cameron, I knew that.
Oh my God, Wyatt, I love you so much,
Oh,
dude.
you're such a sweetheart.
I love you.
I don't know.
I
Or
love
were
you,
you
dude.
were you screwing around?
Oh my God,
Is
I
that-
love you.
You're the best.
You're
Wyatt.
just wonderful. I'm so glad you're here,
You're my favorite, dude. I
dude.
can't
You
even
really
handle you.
are.
Josh, can you just answer the question?
It's me first of all. Not me. Okay, now Josh can answer.
I think things come easier for me in most things. I definitely don't think I'm the best, but I think I'm
You're
athletic.
above average,
Yeah.
except for in the BBC department.
Hey, I'm a black man, and I'm black where it counts.
Black where it counts.
Yeah, I can jump.
Boom. Oh, this episode's not going up.
Yes.
JK.
I
JK, everyone.
definitely.
Hello, listeners. You're
Yes.
listening to this right now in your car right now.
This is
Hi.
your choice.
Don't listen to Josh's racist rhetoric. Sponsors, I will bleep it out if you need me to. I'll go back and post and edit this out.
I do not support stereotypes.
Yeah, Josh
Unless
was
it just-
anti-Semitic
unless it-
last episode.
I was not anti-Semitic. First of all, I'm just saying that's not anything new. That's been around for a bit.
He's getting
And
really
it doesn't
defensive,
matter.
guys.
It doesn't matter. I think I like. So, what are the options again?
Not me.
Not me.
Describes me somewhat. Definitely me.
Describes me somewhat.
Okay, next question. Do I?
You can do it, bud.
I believe in you. Just read the words, and we
Yeah.
can figure it out.
I do whatever I feel like doing, and I don't care about what others think, even if it's illegal?
Okay. This one actually is the first one that I can say this is definitely me. Not because I'm super into doing illegal shit, luckily, but because legality doesn't imply morality.
I
Right?
agree with that.
And I actually am lucky enough to say that my interests are completely legal, because I don't do crack cocaine. I'm not a big
too
methamphetamine.
expensive.
Yeah. Oh my god, I fucking know. I'm not a big meth guy either.
I like my teeth.
Yeah, not a heroin guy. So most of my shit is pretty above the board,
Uh,
But I will say, right, that if say they did a second prohibition and they outlawed alcohol, that doesn't necessarily make it a wrong thing to do, right? So that's kind of my thinking on it. And also being completely transparent, I don't give a shit what anyone thinks. I'm putting
Yeah.
myself on the fucking internet,
It's true.
so I can't give very much of a shit as to what people think. So I'm going to say this is definitely me. Although, luckily, the legality part does not pertain to me. I will say it is I just don't give a fuck what people think about my hobbies,
I'd say
Okay.
describes me somewhat. I don't like breaking the law, and I'm very by the books kind of person.
Says the person that's been in more criminal trouble than me.
This makes a great fucking story though. Describes me somewhat because yes, if it's kind of like what I explained back with I don't know, one of the other questions. When I want something, I'm gonna get it. I'm very goal oriented. So if I want something, I'm gonna make it happen. That being said, I don't like breaking the law. I don't like running that risk, and yeah, so it describes me somewhat.
Totally fair.
Next question then. Every person for themselves. I don't see the point in feeling sorry for other people's. I have no desire to help others.
See that
Yeah,
that
this
should be
is where-
two separate questions.
This is where it gets tricky, right?
Describes me somewhat.
Yeah, I'll say the same. Just because I am constantly heartbroken by the state of the world, But at the same time, Josh is already shaking his head. Let me fucking finish.
No,
At the
this
same
is
time-
for my personal thoughts.
No,
and
you're
for your
fine, I know.
views.
But I also realize that the reason that the world is the way it is mostly because of people's own actions, right?
Yes.
And that is not always the case, but
Yeah.
it is in most, or at least in my personal experience, I found that to be the case. So I have a lot of I have a lot of heartbreak more than I have sympathy, if that makes any sense, because I think that everyone has a fair shot. And just because a lot of people have wasted their shot or squandered it in some way, it makes it difficult for me to feel bad for a lot of people. But there are certain people, certain circumstances, just like everything, where I definitely will lend a helping hand as much as I can. I don't believe it's every man for himself, 100%. I believe that the only way that you get anywhere in life is with good companionship. And you can do a lot on
I
your
agree.
own, but what the fuck is the point if you're not surrounded by amazing people?
I agree.
So I would say that this is definitely a somewhat for me, just because I have a desire to help others, and even if I never meet those people, even if it's not ever in person, I want to do as much with my voice, both figuratively and literally, as possible. But it's just hard. But
Yeah.
at the same time, it's not my place to judge. That's really what the biggest thing is. I think is that regardless of how someone got in a shitty circumstance, or regardless of the state of the world as a whole, it's not my place to judge. I'm just here to make it better.
So I do think there are a lot of people who are victims of circumstance, which is it sucks. I don't really feel sorry for anybody. I don't it kind of goes back to one of our first podcasts and one of our first episodes, Cameron. There are no good or bad events. They're just events,
100%,
And-
as you so famously coined.
Yeah. Was I the one who said that?
Yeah, you've said 100% since the very beginning.
Oh, 100%. Okay. Okay. That's funny. I didn't. Go ahead.
So I got a rephrase question here. Just kind of give me an idea. When you see someone who's homeless panhandling,
I do
are
not
you
give them money.
well,
don't give
not-
them money.
Do you not give them money, or do you see it as they're the reason they're there?
Yes.
I usually, that's my first instinct, just because of how my
So-
brain works. But I have actually gone and gotten a lot of those people food before.
Yeah, which
just,
is good.
Just
yeah.
because, that's usually what I do. But at the same time, even if I were to give them money, if I carried cash, which I absolutely don't, but if I were to give them money, I would essentially say it's not my place to decide how they spend this, because like I'm not going to police someone, even if they are, say, like addicted to drugs, something like that. It's not my place to decide.
I hate drugs.
Wow, hot take from Josh.
Dude, I just absolutely hate them.
Drugs? What the fuck?
Dude, don't meth with us. I actually listened.
Failed campaign.
Except that I had a drug charge technically because of marijuana.
I mean, it wasn't meth.
I know,
so
but it's marijuana.
you be listening.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I really think this should be two different questions. I really, really do.
Well, it's not, so fucking answer.
It describes me somewhat because, again, like, yes, there are people who are products of circumstance and who were born into a situation. However, everybody has the exact same power to get out of whatever it is. Yes, you
Except
might.
for a quadriplegic in quicksand. They don't have any power to get out of what it is.
Well, but they're laying flat. That's what you're supposed to do in quicksand. You're supposed to lay flat.
I don't think they can. Unless they were dumped out of a wheelchair, they're not laying flat. You probably
Yeah.
go in vertical.
There's a lot of shitty
It's so-
situations. Lots of shitty situations, a lot of stuff that is unfortunate that it happens, but I promise you can get through it. And if you have that, feel sorry for other people or feel sorry for yourself, there's never going to be anything that you ever do to change that.
Yeah, if you just
That's
have
a terrible
victim
mindset.
mentality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You cannot because again, you view these people who are like I know I'm saying it, but victims of circumstance as victims. That's what they're going to be. Okay. You gotta
Fair enough.
You gotta believe that you have the power to change. Because again, let's take a look at that analogy that you said about homeless people. Yeah, there's a lot of veterans who are homeless because they have PTSD or whatever it may be, and yeah, that's unfortunate. And again, that alludes to a much bigger problem, which is the healthcare system, and that's obviously like not exclusive to America, but it's a huge problem in America because of the view of the healthcare system and how it's a money-making scheme.
Privatized healthcare.
Exactly, which is good and bad, right? And
Sure.
again, it's the people who, anyway.
Yeah, this is a tangent. Very long tangent.
This is definitely a tangent. I will always help somebody. You ask me for help, I will literally take the shirt off my back and I will give it to you because I don't need it.
My shirt.
Exactly. I will always help somebody.
And you'll just have a piece of cloth because I took the back off my shirt.
I don't
Okay,
feel sorry for people though. I don't feel sorry for people. Like, because make a change.
Yeah,
Stand
word
up and make a change.
Word up. Like
Nice.
Michael Jackson said or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fully agree. It should be two separate questions because, like, having the desire to help for people and like actually
Feeling
like,
sorry for
feeling
somebody.
sorry for someone are two
Like-
two entirely different.
I think a lot of people do conflate the two, It's not to say that they are the same, but a lot of people do.
Yeah, well,
conflate
that's
them.
because a lot of people equate like, oh, I pity you, so I'm going to help you.
Exactly. Fuck that.
I hate that.
Don't fucking pity me.
Fuck no, dude.
I don't even care if I have leprosy
no.
and
Fuck
AIDS
no.
and I'm stuck in a ditch
And have
because
one
my-
blind eye.
and my dick fell off. I don't care. Don't
I don't
fucking
care.
pity
Don't
me.
fucking pity me.
Yeah,
No.
fuck you.
No.
I'll literally look at you and be like, don't fucking pity me.
Exactly.
Fuck you.
I'll still take that 20 though.
If you could like reattach my dick also, that'd be awesome.
That'd be cool, but like, hey, but
like,
don't fucking
yeah,
pity
don't
me.
pity me. Just
Okay,
literally
anyway,
just
that
treat me like a fucking man.
exactly.
Put my dick back on.
Exactly.
Okay, this question loops back to one we did earlier, and it's the same as, did you ever get in any illegal trouble, but as a teenager this time?
Nope.
No.
Dang.
I didn't even have like the cops called on parties or anything. I was pretty fucking boring.
Yeah, no. I mean, I partied, but well, actually,
we fucking partied hard.
no, actually, like, well, when I was a teenager, a dude got stabbed at a party I was at.
You've told me this
I
story.
did tell you
too.
that
Yeah,
story, but
fucking
that's
hell,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
But
No
I mean,
legal
that-
action.
and that doesn't really involve you either, So I wouldn't even say that was like something that you
No.
could say.
I mean, I was
on
there.
your rap sheet.
Exactly, but like guilty by association,
That's sure. It's not how that works, but okay.
Yeah, that is how it works.
You would not be like accomplice or accessory in that. You would be a fucking witness.
Fair enough.
You're like, oh yeah, I'm going to jail if I stick around here. Someone got stabbed and I'm present.
I was underage at the time, so
Underage stabbing. It's an epidemic.
anyway, next question.
So, do you have a problem lying in order to get what you want?
Okay, so this is actually an interesting question, just because as a child, like I would say younger, even preteen, no problem whatsoever. I would do whatever it took to get what I wanted, including lie. But now that I'm an adult, I would rather be honest. I'd be straight up. I'd be like, yo, dude.
Okay.
Let me keep it real with you.
Same. I don't like lying. I
Yeah.
hate lying.
We're-
However, I'm
we're-
really good at it.
Dude, we'll probably get to that. But yeah, but do you have a problem with lying? To get what you want.
To get what I want, I guess it depends on what I'm after. Because yeah, this would be a tangent as well, but it's the art of manipulation. You know what I mean? And
This is great, y'all. We're learning.
Because again, like you can manipulate people to do better for themselves. You know what I mean? So it's like, Cameron, I see you going down a path that is really bad, or like something that is going to impact you negatively. That I like.
You're just gonna goad me in the right direction.
Yeah, I would maybe tell a lie if what I wanted for you, if what I was lying for was to get you to a better point or get you onto a different path.
That's so interesting because let's say, like I was an alcoholic or something, or
Yeah.
someone that we both knew was an alcoholic, and I know, just so everyone that is about to call me out for what I'm about to say, I know that this is not necessarily the healthiest way to do this, right? But I would be pretty blunt with the person. And I know I also went to remove myself from situations, so I'm not saying that I would be the only one taking care of that person. But it really is in my nature to just be like, oh, dude, you're gonna fucking kill yourself.
Yeah.
And if they don't listen to that, then I don't know what will get through to them. But I also know that different people have different communication styles.
Exactly.
Blah, blah, blah. So,
Yeah.
but that's more my style. So I won't lie to someone
So-
in order to, even if it is altruistic, I won't lie to someone.
I will.
Okay, that's somewhat Josh again. God damn. Am I not a psychopath? Is that what we're learning? This is a
And then
revelation
I'm
to
the
me.
fucking psychopath in this.
Now I'm just, I'm a fucking medical anomaly. I was actually expecting to answer more of these questions in certain ways.
In a similar way to how I'm probably
Yeah,
answering
this is
them.
interesting.
It's okay.
Okay, so live in the moment. Is that what you say? And the future will take care of itself, and there's no point in learning from past experiences.
Describes me somewhat.
We are on the same page
Yeah.
for the most part.
For
Today.
the most part, yeah.
Because learning from the past is important.
Yes.
Otherwise, the future will repeat the past. You
Yep.
know. But at the same time, I am a big advocate for living in the moment. I
Me
believe
too.
that you should as much as possible, even if that means that you reflect on past mistakes. You know. But
Yep.
I do believe that you can never focus on an outcome because it doesn't matter how
Yeah.
guaranteed that outcome is. We could get hit by. This is my mentality. We could get hit by an asteroid tomorrow. So there's no reason to look at an outcome, no matter how guaranteed it is. You know.
Yeah.
So somewhat.
Same, somewhat, because I agree. You got to live in the moment, and of course, you got to learn from your past mistakes, whatever it may be. But you have to be willing to make a change in the moment, and again go with the flow. However, you do still have to make plans. You have to plan for the future. And while you don't have to plan every second out of every day, you have to have an idea and a structure of what you're shooting for. You gotta have
a
goals.
game plan.
Exactly. So yeah, but I'm a huge fan for because a part of the game plan is oh, I have nothing to do today. Let's go see what we can do, or we're gonna get together with whatever, and we're just gonna go find something. You know,
Yeah.
you gotta plan some chaos. in
Very
the day.
loose plans.
Exactly. Okay.
So, next question. Do you feel remorse or shame or guilt for something you've said or done?
So the actual question is reversed, and it is: I never feel remorse, shame, or guilt, right? And I understand why. No, it's fine. I understand why it's asking it like that, but I just have to say, I never feel remorse, shame, or guilt. Absolutely not me. I'm guilty for being alive, which isn't even technically my fault. Shout out, Mom and Dad.
Again, I don't know what this says about me,
Hate
but
that I exist.
no, I do not feel remorse for anything that I say. If I say it, I mean it. You know what I mean? And granted, and I've been told that I come across as very harsh, and I can come across as very uncaring. That being said, yeah, I mean what I say.
I mean, nowadays, I probably feel less shame and guilt over what I say and do, right? It's actually stuff that's technically like less out of my control because I was just like being a stupid kid, you know. But because
that's
I have the
different.
memory of a fucking elephant,
Yeah.
it just sticks with me.
That's different.
know?
I mean, we all made
Maybe.
embarrassing things and stuff.
Sure.
But like nowadays, like
Nowadays, yeah, fuck everybody, bro. Attach my dick.
I do not feel remorse or regret for anything I've ever said. I will stand by anything and everything that I've ever said.
Ever, even those anti-Semitic remarks.
I never said anything anti-Semitic, Cameron. Don't fucking gaslight me on the podcast.
You heard
okay?
it here. Josh is an anti-Semite and he's owning it, bro.
You're such an idiot.
Okay.
ahead.
Okay, Wyatt, it's you.
Final question. We're finally getting there.
Oh, sweet.
I don't see the point in taking on responsibilities of any kind. They just weigh you down.
All right, this is me somewhat because I take any responsibility that I have very seriously, but at the same time, I am a big advocate for the idea that I was put on this earth to just fucking hang out, bro, and do my thing. But at the same time, that I know, because I don't live in a fucking delusion, that is not how life works. And if I had it my way, I would absolutely just sit in this room, podcast, eat some fucking Doritos,
Drink some
watch-
Mountain Dew.
We'll get to that. But I would just hang out, you know. I would just absolutely vibe. But I am not enough of a hippie, and I like money too much to not be goal-oriented. So I will 100% say that most responsibility I absolutely despise, but that does not mean that I don't take it seriously.
I disagree. This is not me. Like, I will take on every shred of responsibility.
I knew you were going to say that.
And I will 100% take the world on my shoulders. And the reason for that is, one, conflict breeds growth, okay? And so you getting through this and dealing with problems, whatever it may be, is only going to help you attain the potential that you have. And I promise you that no matter how much and how overwhelming it may seem, you can fucking do it.
Wow, motivational.
Yes, you can fucking do it.
So I have another question for you. It's not part of this, but it also kind of gives the same mental kind of orientation to it. If you guys are in a situation where nobody's really in charge and someone needs to take charge, are you the
I will
first
be the
person
taking
first.
charge.
Oh, yeah.
I will be
Yeah.
the first.
You should already know. Like,
Yeah.
if we're in... did you ever see the
Absolutely.
Stephen King... Or the movie based on the Stephen King book, The Mist?
Yes.
It's
I knew
literally
you were gonna say
like
that.
where
Yeah.
if you're in that gas station, are you the one fucking taking charge and
Yeah.
trying to do
100%.
shit? Me too.
Hey, we need to calm down. Hey, guys, we need to come together.
Yeah.
Hey, we need to figure this shit
Good
out.
question. And that's where Josh and I are on the same page.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so it somewhat describes you, because the question is more like, if someone gives you responsibility, are you going to follow it? But it's also, are you willing to take responsibility? if
Absolutely.
needed? So this somewhat describes you guys, because you're like, you know, it doesn't really describe me because of this.
Well, it's
But then when you guys say that, it definitely.
well,
No, that would
what's
be,
some-
that would
what's
be
the
not you then.
what's the actual verbiage? Of
I don't
the-
see the point in taking on responsibilities of any kind. They just weigh you down. So
yeah,
wouldn't
it's
that be
definitely not me. That's definitely not me, because if there's something that is happening or there's something that needs to get done that nobody is doing, I will 100% get it done.
Well, I guess I'm there too. Fuck.
Yeah,
Okay.
That was good. You just psycho-analed me, bro.
nice.
Are you? We're getting results now.
I'm a little
Tabula-
scared.
tabulating
My
result.
palms are sweaty. My
Wait,
knees
wait,
weak.
wait.
Arms are heavy.
Arm spaghetti. Tabulating result. That's my keyboard clicking.
Oh God, I hate that. That's like the customer service fucking waiting tones.
know exactly what you're talking
hate
about.
that. Yeah, I know you do.
So for both of you guys, no psychopath.
Wow, I'm actually
Neither of
really
us.
surprised because some of those answers I put out there, I was like, I'm kind of, I like, interesting.
All right. So the scoring chart, we answered 24 questions.
Damn, was it really 24?
Oh, weird, right?
Wow.
So we answered 0 to 12 in a way that would make us psychopaths. Let me read the little thingy.
Is that the same for me too?
So this applies for both of us. But you answered this quiz consistent with people who would not generally be considered a psychopath by research methods currently used to quickly screen for psychopathy in the population. Common myth. While many people believe that psychopathy is more prevalent among CEOs and Wall Street bankers, this is a myth not supported by any research. While on the surface, it may seem like many of the symptoms and traits of psychopathy might lend themselves to positions of greater power, the two are not synonymous. One of the problems is that psychopaths tend to be pretty quickly outed for their antisocial behaviors because the charm is purely superficial and easily detected over time with greater exposure to the psychopath. Very interesting.
Okay, so wait, what was your score then?
I scored 5.
Oh, I scored 10.
You still scored under the metric.
I did.
Very interesting.
That was interesting because, yeah, there were a couple of those questions that I answered that I was just like, ugh.
You're like, oh.
But
I also feel like a big part of that could be that you're over here thinking like, oh, I could be a psychopath because of this.
Oh,
like,
no.
automatically that bears more in your favor that you're not.
Exactly.
That makes
Fair
sense.
Because
enough.
like
Fair enough.
you're like consciously saying, I did do that. They might have put the question that a psychopath might have answered no, like right away.
Oh.
I like your thinking.
Because they wouldn't
Wyatt.
be honest. Because they wouldn't be
exactly.
honest.
They would
Because,
be like,
yeah.
that's the way this test is. From what I'm understanding, from what Cameron was reading about, is this test is like
Just a super
you're
quick
answering
metric.
the way people who aren't psychopaths would answer.
I
So
get
they
it
would
because,
be honest with someone with psychopathy, even though
Psychopathy, Wyatt?
Psychopathy.
There
Yeah,
we go. I'm
psychopathy.
sorry.
It's
someone
you're
with
good.
psychopathy.
You were looking at the word for so
I
long.
was. Someone with psychopathy might have answered, "Oh, I've never been in any criminal ever."
Uh-huh.
Oh, you think that they're doing
One
like
in-
reverse psychology?
Exactly.
Exactly, because
I would be
it
interested.
is called Psych Central. Like,
I would expect them to be like more honest, you
Somewhat,
know?
yeah.
Like you would have to take this test honestly for it to make any
Yeah.
sense, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I
but-
like your thinking that the online fucking BuzzFeed quiz is doing reverse psychology on the psychopaths.
I mean,
Okay.
Who knows?
really, because
I don't know who
yeah.
I don't know who wrote this quiz or if it's like an MD or whatever.
But
I
I
mean,
feel
either
like
way,
some
I
of the
had fun.
questions,
Yeah, I had a lot of
were-
fun.
Yeah, some of them felt weighted to the, if you do answer this honestly, then you aren't showing traits of it.
Like, or if
Like-
you say yes to it,
Fair
like,
enough.
yeah.
Fair
then
enough.
you're being honest. If
Yeah.
you had gone through here and clicked, this is definitely me, or this is not me,
Like
you might
trying to
have-
point yourself out
Yeah.
like you're like the perfect person
I feel
ever.
like you would have to
Yeah, that makes sense.
be hooked up to a fucking polygraph in order to make that one work.
No,
Well, I
I
mean,
get what
yeah.
I get what he's
I get
saying.
it too. I
like
like
I like it too. And who knows? Like whatever. We're not psychopaths, so that's good.
I'm not a psychopath.
At least not
I
according
just
to this fucking
play one
online.
on TV.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
cool.
Okay,
Awesome.
shut the fuck up. So Josh, try this Mountain Dew really quick.
Oh.
I literally forgot to have you do this last episode. So just for
I don't know what the
context,
flavor is.
uh,
Hand it to me.
This is I don't know when this will come out. It'll come out late October, early November.
you, Sunshine.
Doesn't matter. It's Voodoo flavored Mountain Dew. It kind of has like a cotton candy-esque aftertaste, but it doesn't taste like cotton candy going in. It's pretty delicious. I'm not even a big Mountain Dew guy, but
I'm
I
not
saw
big on
that.
Mountain Dew either.
I saw that and I was like, oh, I'll give it a shot. I kind of
I do like it.
Yeah, it's not bad.
What is that
Let me
taste?
see what the exact flavor is. It should say.
Actually, it's supposed to be mystery flavor.
It literally says mystery flavor. Okay, I'm saying
I know that taste
it
though.
has
I've tasted it
citrusy
before.
notes going in, kind of like any Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
But it does have like a cotton candy-esque, like, is it like supposed to be candy
yeah.
corn maybe?
See, that's
And
what I
why
was
it's, like,
thinking.
Voodoo?
I do like I like me some candy
Mountain
corn.
Dew, do I win anything if I guess the flavor?
It almost tastes like an Otter Pop, you know?
It is kind of like that really like sugary. That's just Mountain Dew though. It's very sugary.
That's fair. I don't drink a lot of Mountain Dew.
I would argue over the years I have tried like multiple of those, and I feel like every time I try them, it tastes different.
Well, you would know.
It's like a mystery flavor Airhead.
Yeah, it's something.
You're like,
that.
I don't know if
Like,
I'm the one that's changing or if they're
are
actually
they
changing the
changing it?
flavors.
Yeah.
Straight up, that tastes like an Otter Pop. Like that tastes like the blue Otter Pop.
Wow.
That's 100%.
That's a
what
very
that tastes
specific
like.
answer. Submit it
Yes.
to Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew, Blue Otter Pop. That's our final answer.
Yeah, that's
Locking
my,
it in.
Yeah,
Interesting. I like it.
interesting.
Okay, so we're not psychopaths. That's a win.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations to us.
I
Who would have
can, like,
thought?
Not me.
Not me.
Josh is sitting there the whole time. I could see the sweat beating down his brow. He's just
Yeah,
like,
which automatically means that you're not a psychopath. If you're afraid that you're going to be a psychopath,
No.
I would say that that's
Well,
That's a-
okay.
that's a
see,
win.
here's another thing. Like, it's kind of like what you were reading in it. Just because like you have like psychopathic traits does not mean you're a bad person. Like, psychopaths have a place in society. You know, they really do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's called the front lines. No, straight up. Like
Scary.
I don't.
Oh my
I don't-
god, I'm
okay,
not.
Anyway,
Wyatt, hit the button. Hurry, hurry, Wyatt.